All right, let's jump into a deep dive on something pretty cool today.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
We're talking Nezha 2.
Nezha 2.
You might not have heard of it.
And I haven't.
It's a Chinese animated film.
Okay.
And it's making huge waves.
Really?
It's actually become the highest grossing animated film globally.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, it beat out like all the big Hollywood productions too.
Seriously.
So we're going to kind of unpack why this movie is such a phenomenon.
I'm very curious.
And we'll look at what its success could mean for like the future of animation in general. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what's really fascinating about Nezha 2's success is that, it's not just some random fluke.
Right.
This is a sequel, so it's already building on the popularity of the first Nezha film.
Okay.
And it's tapping into a story that's been around for centuries in Chinese culture.
That's interesting.
Both films are based on a 16th century novel called Investiture of the Gods. And it features Nezha, who is this, well, he's kind of like a kid, but he has these amazing magical powers.
Got it.
And he's always battling against evil. So in Nezha 2, it picks up with this classic character and throws him into this whole new adventure,
Yeah.
full of action and like crazy, visually stunning animation.
I was going to say, like, every review I've seen mentions high quality animation,
Oh, yeah.
even comparing it to some of those big budget Hollywood films.
Right.
So, I mean, that's got to be a good sign, right?
Definitely.
But, I mean, what makes it so special? Is it just about looking pretty?
Well, the visuals are definitely a huge draw. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But I think it goes deeper than just like flashy effects,
Okay.
It's really interesting, the film's animation style. It blends this cutting edge technology with these traditional Chinese art forms. It creates this unique aesthetic. It's captivating and like super culturally resonant.
So, like, they're bringing something new visually, but still staying true to their roots. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And, speaking of those cultural connections,
Yeah.
our sources keep pointing out that Nezha 2 really hit home with Chinese audiences.
For sure.
It made over 99% of its box office revenue just from China.
Yeah.
Just China alone. What do you make of that?
I mean, that really says a lot about the power of, culturally relevant storytelling.
Yeah.
Nezha's like a legendary figure in Chinese mythology. It's a household name. Everybody knows who that is.
Right.
So the film, it already has this like built-in familiarity and an emotional connection with the audience. It's like a shared cultural touchstone, that really resonates deeply with people.
Yeah. I can see how tapping into those familiar stories and characters would make a film feel so much more personal.
Definitely.
Like more engaging for the audience. But I imagine the timing of its release probably played a role too, right?
Absolutely. Nezha 2, it premiered during the Lunar New Year holiday in China.
Okay.
So that's a time when families, they get together. And going to the movies is a huge tradition.
Oh, I see.
It's kind of like releasing a big blockbuster here in the West, like right before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect timing to capture a massive audience.
Yeah, totally. So we've got a film with amazing animation.
Yes.
Deeply rooted in Chinese culture. Release at like the perfect time.
Right.
But there's more to the story, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so.
Our sources mention government support as another factor in Nezha 2's success.
That's right. So in recent years, China's been like really actively promoting and supporting locally produced films. And this has kind of created a more favorable environment for films like Nezha to do well.
Nice.
Giving them a real competitive edge over foreign productions.
It's like this whole, combination of factors.
Yeah.
We've got cultural significance, strategic timing, and like a really supportive system.
Exactly.
All kind of working together to push Nezha 2 to the top.
It's pretty amazing.
And I can't imagine, like, they achieved this level of success without some serious marketing behind it, right?
Sure, you're totally right. The marketing campaign for Nezha 2 was super effective.
Okay.
They really took advantage of social media. They used it to create buzz, engage with fans, and just generate all this excitement for the film.
Oh, wow.
It's a testament to how strategic marketing can, amplify a film's reach.
Yeah.
And contribute to its success, especially in today's world with all the digital stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, okay, Nezha 2.
Yeah.
It's a box office, like, behemoth, right?
It is.
Breaking records, captivating audiences. But what does this mean, like, on a larger scale?
I think Nezha 2's success, it's a really significant moment, especially for the global animation scene.
Okay.
Because it's challenging, the dominance that Hollywood has had for so long.
Right.
And it signals that Chinese animation is, like, really becoming a force in the industry.
So we're potentially, like, watching a power shift happening.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, with films like Nezha 2 leading the way, it's pretty exciting.
It really is. And think about it. This shift, it could have, like, ripple effects throughout the whole industry.
How so?
Imagine, what if studios all around the world, they're suddenly inspired to tell their own stories?
Oh, yeah.
Drawing on their own unique cultures and traditions.
That would be awesome.
It could lead to so much creativity, and diversity in animation, giving audiences this huge range of perspectives and experiences.
It's really fascinating to consider, what the future holds for animation.
Yeah.
Will we see this more diverse and representative landscape?
It's possible.
With films from all over the world captivating, like, global audiences.
That's the hope.
Nezha 2 might just be the spark to ignite that change.
Maybe.
What do you think? Is Nezha 2's success a sign of things to come? What kind of impact do you think this will have on the animation industry in the long run?
That's a great question for all of our listeners out there to think about.
I think so, too.
We'd love to know your thoughts.
Absolutely. Let us know.
Until next time.
See you, Eddie.